Alrighty. Hello, eighth grade. I just wanted to pop on here and create a quick little tutorial for you all about how to find the information for the famous foodie assignment. Um, I I gave written direction, but I also feel like this will help you find what you're looking for a little bit faster, just because the direction seems to be a little bit wonky and can be kind of confusing, and I want to make sure that everybody can find the information because I want you to use a specific website. So the assignment is that you will all research a famous, I call them foodies. So they're people who have been on the Food Network, whether they've judged something on the Food Network, like a show or a baking competition or cooking competition, like Chopped, or whether they have like hosted their own show. You have a few different options, and you can pick any one you want. I'm not assigning them. You can pick whatever one. Um, but I want to show you where to find it. So all of the information to the 4 questions that you see can be found on Food Network's website. And I want you to use Food Network because it's a very reliable source, obviously, and it'll kind of help you expose you to the website a little bit. They have a lot of resources, not only about the people that are seen and viewed on the Food Network, but also they have tons of recipes and different things. So I want to get you guys on there also in that sense because it's really a really good website for recipes, which is something you or your family might be interested in doing, whether or not now or in the future, could be an option. So anyway, moving along here, I'm just going to show you where I want you to go. So you're going to come to your homepage, like Google or whatever your homepage may be, and you're just going to type in foodnetwork.com. Hit enter. And then you've come to this beautifully created website. And you can see this wonderful looking meal here. Thank goodness you have all eaten lunch. I assume nobody's hungry. But anyway, when you get here, after you've picked which foodie you want to research and learn more about, you're going to come up here and hover over chefs. Now, once you hover it, this screen will pop up, and you're going to just scooch right on over here to chefs and hosts A to Z. So you're going to click on that, and they have a ton of different hosts and TV personnel that they have on this website that I haven't necessarily don't have on your list of people that you can do research on. But I picked some of the most popular ones that I know are out there, the ones that are seen most frequently or the most diverse. So they like have done a range, diverse amount of activity, I should say, on the Food Network. So they've judged, they've had their own show, they've been a guest on someone else's show or something along those lines. But anyway, so you're just going to pick one on that list. I personally made one as a little bit of an example, but yours will be much better because you are all much more creative than I am in terms of drawing. I will show it to you, but you can't laugh at it. There's a reason I'm a FACS teacher, not an art teacher. So I picked Duff Goldman, and this goes in alphabetical order by first name, not by last name. So Duff Goldman, there he is. I'm going to click on him. What a cool guy. But when I get to here, it obviously doesn't just bring me to the information that I want. It's going to give me all sorts of other information that the website is going to think that I want instead. But really, when all I want to do is know about him. So you go up here, you click on About, and it'll load you to this page where you will learn everything you want to know about Duff Goldman or whoever you are choosing. And that will help you answer all of the questions. All of the questions should be able to be answered by using this website here. Okay, so I'll show you my little pamphlet. I also did this because I felt like I could tell you to fold the paper in fours, and some of you may fold it differently. So if you have a paper like this, I want you to fold in half, like so, and then in half again. So you get something that resembles a book. I call it like a little pamphlet, an info pamphlet, whatever you want to call it, but it's kind of like a little book. This way I would read it as I would, or look at it as I would look at a book. So the first question, which goes on the very first page here, is what show, their name. Obviously, you should include their name on the first page, and what show they are known for. So Duff Goldman is commonly known for Ace of Cakes, which was his show. They did 10 seasons of Ace of Cakes, so he was on there for a long time. And then he's also now serving as a judge on, as you can see here, Holiday Baking Championship, Spring Baking Championship, and hosts and judges the Kids Baking Championship. And so he's pretty involved in the Food Network in terms of his own show and in terms of being a judge in competitions. And you can see he definitely has a preference in not only food, but in specifically baking. And usually this, for him specifically, it's cake. Because Ace of Cakes was 10 seasons about him making cake. So, anyway, so you're going to want to include the show that they are known for. This is kind of the triangle here that you're seeing is the Ace of Cakes logo. I didn't have a gray marker. It's usually gray. So I went with red, which is the Kids Baking Championship color. So that's why I went with that one. But, so on the next one, question 2 asks, what did they do before they found their way into food? So many people who are now doing the Food Network have not always done that. They've found their passion in food through other ways. So there's one on the list who actually worked in the White House, I believe, before finding their passion in food. So Duff did a lot of things. He one of my favorite things that he's done is he's in 2 bands. So you can see my little guitar there. Kind of looks like a guitar. And he was in Danger Ice as an Elvis tribute. And he also played in Sand Ox. So I have a guitar listed and then the names. I'm sure he did many other things, but this is what was noted, and the one I thought was most interesting about what he did before he was a famous baker on the Food Network. Okay, so the next one is, what do they have any published work? So a lot of foodies will publish cookbooks, or like they'll have a blog or something that they publish out for people to buy and to sell. So in this case, he has 2 cookbooks. These kind of look like cookbooks, huh? And one of which is called Ace of Cakes and the other called Duff Bakes. So make sure on the 3rd page you're including their published works. What do they do? What kind of things have they published and been involved in terms of writing? And then finally, last but certainly not least, where did they, if they did, I should say, attend college? Many of them have attended like a culinary school at some point. But Duff, like I said, also many of them find their passion of food over time, and it doesn't come to them right away. So Duff went to the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and he actually got his degree in history. and philosophy, which obviously doesn't have a whole lot to do with food, but he did that, and then I colored this gold and black because those are the colors of University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And then he eventually went to culinary school at the Institute of America, St. Helena. So that's where he ultimately ended up going and getting his culinary experience and his culinary education. And that is obviously on the back side of this. So, I am excited to see what kind of creative things you guys come up with. You guys are way more creative than I am. Um, so I'm excited, and then we will talk more about careers when I come back on Thursday or Friday, probably. We'll talk about them. And, being a famous food person, whether you're a cook or a judge, is not the only career that there is in food. There are lots of careers to be found in food, and we'll talk more about what those are. Even my career of being a family and consumer science teacher is a career that is in food, or deals with food. So just be aware of that this is what we're focusing on for this assignment, but there's way more options for what is out there in terms of careers and foods, and we'll talk more about that. Okay, I hope you all have a good day. Give me some good creative pamphlets about those famous foodies out there, and I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Wednesday.